Well, every day of my life, I've got up and I've looked out at this bay. I never see a moment that it's not different. I never have got bored with it. From the time I could walk, I got to it. There's been times I've crawled to it. It's the one, perhaps the one salvation in my life. If I've had trouble, I've turned to the bay. If I needed to eat, I've turned to the bay. It's just always been such a part of me. I don't think I can put it in words. I just have a feeling for this bay and about the nature here and everything that goes on that it's in here and I can't really put it in words, but it's just my life. Without it, I couldn't survive. My name is Charles Purdy. I'm one of the Purdys that came in here. They came into Malagash in 1783. Oyster farming started here in 1867 under the leadership of Alexander McFarlane. And Alexander McNabb, his nephew, and my, great-great-grandfather, Stephen Purdy, worked with them as well. So they were Canada's first oyster farmers, and this whole bay was the original lease. I grew up hearing stories about the oysters, and as soon as I could walk, I headed for the bay, and my uncle gave me my first boat when I was 11 years old, so I didn't drown myself floating around on logs. About maybe around early 62 or 63, one of the McNabbs and I was sitting on the bay and having a talk just on the shore. We watched the tide go out, and Don McNabb said, "I think maybe the oysters are coming back." So when the tide was low enough, we shuffled off out and we got ourselves a feed of oysters and sat on the shore and ate them. Well, Don went back to his job, but he put an idea in my head, so I went off to Halifax and got myself a lease of the bay again. If you're farming oysters, you become very close to nature and what takes place there. You watch the tide come, you watch the tide go, you're out there all the time. You watch the interaction with the other creatures that are there. And we've all in the industry realized that if we don't have a good environment, we can't survive. We in Nova Scotia have such wonderful oysters and such wonderful people in the industry. We need to promote it. We need to grow it. We have world-class oysters. Now is our time to grow this industry, and I think it's going to happen. Family is everything. It's all there is to me. I grew up as an only child, and I always wanted family. Well, I ended up with 3 daughters, no sons, but I also ended up with 9 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild. So I got that family that I always wanted. So I'm not worried about the future. We just got to take this one step at a time. And we've got people coming along. I love it.